Hello students, welcome to a new session. So today in this class we will learn about verb transitive and intransitive. So before we move on to the chapter, we have to know something more about it, like the structure of the sentence and how it works. For example, I will write a sentence. The boy pet the dog. Is it? So here the object of any sentence is one affected by the action carried out by the verb. So here what is affected? The object is affected. Is it? The boy did something. To what? To the dog. So here there is an action which is carried out from here to here. Okay. So the particular boy did something and the dog got affected by it. Okay. So for example, I threw the rock. I threw the rock. I threw the rock. So here, what happened? There is an action which happened and I did something, and who got affected? The rock got affected. The rock got affected by the action which I did. So this is all about the the transitive and intransitive. So I will tell you, I will explain in detail what is transitive and intransitive. So here, this is the main idea or concept which we are speaking about. Okay. So what is transitive verb? So here transitive verb shows an action which passes over from the subject to the object. As I said, see, there is an action which passes over from subject to the object. So this is the action, and who did the action? The subject did the action, and who got affected by the action? That is, the object got affected by the action. Okay. So in the second example also, I threw the rock. So I is the subject, and there is an action which passes over from the subject I to the rock. Okay. So I hope you got it. So here there are some examples which are given in your textbook. The thief broke the window. The thief broke the window. So who broke the window? The subject. That is a thief. What is the object? Window. Okay. So what is affected here? The window broke. So who did it? Subject did it, or the thief did it. So there is an action which is passing over from subject to the object. Okay. Second example. The headmaster summoned the perfects. The headmaster summoned the perfects. So here the headmaster did something, and who got affected? The perfects, or the people who are perfect. The children trampled on the floor beds. So the children, what did they do? They trampled on the floor beds. So here there is an action which is passing over from the subject to the object. Okay. So that is with regard to it. And then two sentences above could be broken down as shown below. There is an example which is given in your textbook. That is, my grandparents gave me a hug on my birthday. I will just write down on the board and explain to you. My grandparents gave me a hug. My grandparents gave me a hug gave me a hug on my birthday. On my birthday. So I'm just simply writing like this. Okay. So here, what is the subject? My grandparents. My grandparents is the subject. So it need not require any explanation. Then gave is the verb. This is the subject. This is the verb, and there is me, a hug on my birthday. So here, what is all these things? So here, my grandparents gave me a hug. This sentence is also correct. My grandparents gave me a hug on my birthday. That is also correct. So here, can you find out the object? So here, we have two objects. One is indirect object and the other one is direct object. So here, the direct object is a hug. They gave a hug. To whom? To me. That is the indirect object. Or else the second example it is there. It was the child who told us the truth. It was the child who told us it. So here the subject is the child and the verb is told. Then we have the truth and us. Us and truth. So how can we define it? So there the word the truth is the direct object in it. For example, the child told the truth. So what did he say, or what is the action which he did? Said the truth. And what is the indirect object there? Us. So the direct object is necessary. If the indirect object is not there also, there won't be a problem. But it cannot stay with the indirect object alone. For example, see, it was the child who told us. The sentence is not complete. But if we say it was the child who told the truth, so then the sentence is complete. So there are two objects which are there in the sentence. One is indirect object and indirect object. Okay. So that is with regard to it. And now we have intransitive verbs. So intransitive verbs will be just opposite of the transitive verbs. So here intransitive verbs are self-sufficient and do not require any object to complete their action. So it need not need object to complete its action. It can stand by its own without any requirement of the object. It can stand. For example, Lena arrived early this morning. Lena arrived early in this morning. In this morning. Okay. Lena arrived early in this morning. So we can say Lena arrived. If you are not saying early in the morning also, there will be a problem. Thus, the word stands still, or the sentence stands meaningfully. Okay. Then the fire burned all the night. You can simply say the fire burned. There is no wrong in it. So the intransitive verbs means it can stand by its own with a subject and a single verb. It need not necessary to have a object in the sentence. And there is a verbs of incomplete prediction. See, what do you by incomplete prediction? So here we need to know about, we identify complete or incomplete prediction based on function or the verb's complement. It is according to the complement or how the complement works. What is complement? I'll explain with an example. So here, she gave me, or we colored the fence blue. We colored the fence blue. So here, this is the subject, this is the verb, and this is the object. And what is this one? This is called a complement. Complement means we are adding an additional information to something. So we can call it as a complement because we are adding another information to the sentence. Is it? And that is the difference between object and a complement. Object is necessary. So object will have a direct connection with the subject because an action is passing over through the subject to the object. And what will happen with the complement? Complement gives an extra idea about something. Okay, that is the difference between the object and complement. And we have an intransitive verb that requires a complement to convey its full meaning in the sentence is called an intransitive verb of incomplete prediction. Intransitive verb of incomplete prediction. So if it is necessary to have a complement, it is known as intransitive verb of incomplete prediction. In the same way, and on that does not require complement and complete itself is called intransitive verb of complete prediction. So see, if that does not require a complement and it is complete in itself, it can be called as intransitive verb of complete prediction. If a complement is necessary in the sentence, we can call it as a transitive verb of incomplete prediction. So if we do not need a complement in order to explain something, we can call it as an intransitive verb of complete prediction. In the same way, there is a transitive verb of complete prediction. So we will see what it is. That is, a transitive verb that requires an objective complement to convey its full meaning in the sentence is called transitive verb of incomplete prediction. In the same way, if the complement is not necessary in the sentence, it can be called as a transitive verb of complete prediction. So this is all about transitive and intransitive. And then we have the kinds of complements for intransitive phrase. So there are different kinds of phrase, like a noun or noun phrase, the pronoun, the prepositional phrase, the adverb, the adverbial phrase, the adjective, a clause, and so on. See, there are different ways in which we can make a complement. So either through an adjective, either through a pronoun, either through an adverb or adverbial particle or whatever it is. So there are different ways to make a complement in the sentence. So this is all about the verbs transitive and intransitive. Okay then, thank you.